Look at that. That looks like a piece of a weft hanging out there. Let's go check that. What is that? Oh, it is. Is it? Yes. Look at that. That weft is actually cut in half. Can you see that? So technically that could be a manufacturer defect, but I've already messed with her. I can't return her, and I wouldn't return her. Can you see what I'm talking about right here? There's a couple options you can do. You could either go in there and stitch it back to this rib. There's a rib here. See that rib? You can stitch it to that rib and stitch it to this other piece of weft. Okay, see how they're both hanging out like that?
The second option would be you can cut it out as if you're thinning a wig if it is in a thicker area and not close to the front or the top or the edges.
And that's why you have to be careful. I haven't thinned her, but that's why you have to be careful. If you are thinning using my technique, getting up close to the wefting, you want to not cut the wefting, because then you have to go in there and stitch it. What is that? That's still that little weft hanging out. You know what? Let's stop and get some needle and thread and fix that. All right, I'm going to see if I can show you how to do this. I never knew with these little things for. You poke that little thing through the hole in the needle, then you poke the thread through that thing, then when you pull it through the needle, ta-da! I never knew what those are for. Anyway, my friend Lynn Brady showed me that. So now I feel all brilliant. And I'm trying this curved needle. It might be a laughing matter. Okay, you might have to zoom in. I don't know if I'll be able to stay out of your way, but I'm gonna kind of go back here in the back a little bit so I don't do it too close to the edge and then pop back out. And then I'm going to try to go about midway on that rib. If this works, oh, that knot disappeared nicely. If this works, I'm going to need probably some sort of an award. And then I'm going to go a little bit farther back. What's that? About 1/4 of an inch back there. And then I'm going about midway on that rib. That what's this called? Curved needle might be working out nice. All right. And then I'm just going to try to keep poking through. One or the other. So I poked through the one on the right, and I'm trying to poke through the one on the left. Now I think I will also make a, what do you call that? Some sort of a knot. Now you can see that I had the hair pretty well pinned out of the way, and that's looking pretty darn good. I need to stop and pat myself on the back. But I'm going to, and I can see that piece of that weft right there.
Sewing with wig hair in the way is very tedious.
And again, because she's plenty thick, well, at least through the rest of the hair, if I got a piece tangled up and I had to cut it out, I'm not too scared. But I'm still going to keep trying to poke in through that weft. Let's go ahead and make another knot. That curved needle might be just nice. 65 years old, and it's my first time using a curved needle. Imagine. Imagine all the things I can do now. Don't worry, Sherry, I'm not going to start making wigs. I promise. I do not know whether this is a, what does Sherry call those? I do not know if it's a sharp point or a ball point. I think Sherry said you're supposed to use sharp when you're going through elastic?
A ball point needle, because it separates to go between the elastic rather than poking through.
But I think these just came to me, they probably came when I ordered a canvas head. All right, I'm gonna make another knot there, and then I'm gonna tie it off. And I'm holding my thumb there to see if I can get that knot really nice and close. 3 is my lucky number. Let's do 3. All right. Sweet. Now we know I can. And I'm gonna cut that string just a little, like 1/4 of an inch out. Okay. See all that gorgeous dark? You know, that's also another reason I would not have exchanged it for that little piece of, look at that. Oh, look at that. For that little piece of wefting that was undone, because I wouldn't want to risk getting a different color application, because I like this color application. You know, I like to do my little thing up there and hang some down. We will see. But I like her. Love you.